Hey, Hikikomori friends and family. It's your boy Miles, and I'm about to go to Tokyo later this month, and I've been preparing for almost over a year. I had plans to go last year, but you know how life goes. But that gave me even more time to prepare for this trip. When I'm over in Tokyo, you better believe I'm going to be doing some vlogs, showing off all the crazy games I'm picking up, weird game stores, odd Japanese locales, and just kind of more of an intimate vlog. I don't really do too many of these on the channel, and I was like, well, I'm going on a really expensive trip, and I might as well squeeze every last bit of it for content. Why not? And I thought, well, this has been a long process learning how to travel internationally. It's not as easy as, just buying a ticket and flying over, unfortunately. So I thought, hey, might as well share some of my expertise. I wouldn't even call it that. My amateur expertise on how to prepare for a Tokyo trip. First thing, passport. Now, I don't know how it works in other countries, but in the United States, to travel to Japan, you need a passport. To get a passport, you gotta apply for it going through your post office, or there's some travel agencies can help you out with that. You get your photo taken, you pay some money, they do a background check, and it takes about a month before they mail it out to you. It's a little expensive. It's about $150 just to get this far. But they get your book, and if you live in like Kansas City or Missouri, this is not required to fly domestically, so you're probably gonna end up getting this even if you're not going to Tokyo. You need this valid for at least 90 days beforehand before you're allowed through Tokyo Customs. It's very important because if you're just really excited and eager and you want to buy your Tokyo ticket, well, make sure you have this lined out for at least 90 days and make sure it's still valid, all that good stuff. Very important prerequisite before you go. The next thing you want to get is something like this. This is a G4 free backpack. It's very versatile, cushion, shoulder straps. The most important thing, a little whistle on one of the buckles there. I thought that was cool. Just a bonus. You want something that's waterproof. It doesn't rain all the time. Depends on the season. You got to check ahead with your weather. The time I'm going, there is a chance of a slight drizzle. And I'm going to be carrying around a lot of souvenirs and games and stuff like that, so I want to keep it safe. But also, I want something that's lightweight so I can just get up and go. I can carry it on the trains. There's a whole transit system in Tokyo wherever, you're basically bound to either going real cheap on the trains or paying out the ass for a taxi, and I'm not going to be doing that. Another important thing, make sure you have a little travel umbrella. I got the little pink and green thing going here, channel colors, of course. One thing you might not know is that in Tokyo and in most of Japan, they don't have the same kind of restroom facilities like we do in the West. Sometimes they have cold water, sometimes they don't have hand soap, and that's not like a knock, that's just a true statement. So you got to get your Purell or your hand sanitizer. So I got one that can clip onto my backpack, so if I'm about to eat a meal and I can't find a bathroom or they don't have soap, I can just go be done. In this face pouch here, I have all sorts of cables and chargers, and I bring extra just in case. You want to charge your phone, you want to charge your gaming device and all that. So I've got this camera I'm shooting with here, my Panasonic 3D camera. I get a little travel charger and an extra battery, so if I want to get additional footage for that night, I'm good to go. This is the cord that goes to it. I ended up buying a Sony clip-on lavalier mic, so if I want to do some handycam narration, I'm good to go on that. And it's pretty cool. This one doesn't have the best compressor in it, but we'll get into what I got for that. One of the most essential things for me, and this is anywhere I go, you never know what kind of environment you're going to sleep in. If you've got noisy neighbors, or maybe you're on the plane and stuff and just the noise of the engine gets to you, musicians' earplugs. These are ETY plugs. I use them for everything. Like if I go out to a concert, I put these in and I can still hear the music clearly, you know, if it's loud enough, and it prevents further tinnitus. I actually have hearing damage from listening to loud music in the 90s and early 2000s. But yes, no matter the situation, you got a friend who has sleep apnea, you want good earplugs. Now this is something I never thought I'd buy, not in a million years. This is a selfie stick. It's a Bluetooth selfie stick. They run about $10 online, but you can, you know, it's like a police baton. You shake it out and it comes out. You clip your phone on there and you can, you know, take photos without bothering anyone, or you can take, you know, live vlogs, or you can use it as a steady cam if you want. It has a Bluetooth shutter on there, so you can click that guy right there, and then you can either start recording or snap a photo. Pretty nifty, especially if like you're in a place that you don't want to bust out a camera and be annoying. You can just go click, be done with it. I got a whole plastic bag. This is for every USB type. We're talking C, micro, regular USB. Now this is what I use for all my gaming devices, all my controllers and stuff. These are inner loop batteries. Inner loop batteries are the highest quality lithium rechargeable batteries. They'll last you for a couple of years or more, but AA batteries, especially lithium ones, are just such a valuable commodity. You want to get these. Now they may run about $40-50, but they'll last you forever. They've saved me so much, and I'm still using them. I've had these for 3 years, and they've been through so many charge cycles, and they're still going strong. Why do you have these little plastic baggies here? Well, Japan they don't lay out their trash like we do in the West. They don't have just trash receptacles everywhere. So you may be in a situation where you're out in the city and you're buying stuff from vending machines. You got a whole bunch of garbage on you. Got little bags to throw it away, you know, put it in your backpack. Just keep the mess out. It's just the little things, you know. Essential Hikikomori beanie that I'm gonna put on Hachiko. I carry a lot of these twisty bread ties, like just because I will always have cables on me that just need to be bound together so I don't have a big wire bundle. Cable management is important. So you're out and about in Tokyo and maybe you want to get some good city shots, or maybe you're out in a park and you want to get that wildlife. This is my Zoom H4n. It's a professional monitor and audio recorder. It's versatile. It can be used in almost any situation. We're talking about live music, out in nature, or if you're just kind of like man on the street and you want to do a quick little interview, boom. This was bought by my patrons for the channel. I did record a concert. It's on my archive channel. Check out the link in the description below. It's kind of give you an idea of how it sounds, but this is a Zoom H4n. You can use it as a preamp. It's got XLR input on there, or you can hook up a lavalier mic like I bought here, and you can put this in your pocket and then just have this clipped to you, and you can monitor the levels, make sure things aren't peaking. This thing will hold so much audio on it. It'll at least hold at least a few days worth, and that's just back-to-back recordings. It's really good. The battery life is nice. It's kind of why I have these for this. And in conjunction with this camera that I'm filming with, I have a Z-Grip. Now, Z-Grip is kind of a simple Steadicam. I have this is an auxiliary cable there, so I can hook up my Zoom H4n on top of it, and I put my camera here, and then boom, I'm good to go. I can just get all my shots that way. You're gonna be on a long flight. Now for me, my flight to Tokyo is about 13 hours. So my plan is to stay awake, stay hydrated, drink, you know, at least not a gallon, but a liter of water an hour, and then I'm gonna knock myself out for at least the other 6 hours of the flight. And I brought with me, this is my 3DS. This is my 3DS XL. I chose this because, you know, I haven't been playing a lot of 3DS games, and the 3DS has so many great portable games. You've got your JRPGs, your action platformers, and then just like your simple little Fire Emblem strategy games. And I can show you what I got going on. This is my Kirby background here. It's got the Grape Gardens theme. Grape Gardens is my favorite. Anyway, I love bringing the 3DS with me anywhere I go because the Street Pass features are very underrated, and especially since I'm going to Tokyo, where portable is king over there, I'm sure I'm going to get some unique Street Passes, and all the games that utilize those, I'll be prepared. That and the 3DS, just... It came down between my 3DS, my Switch, and my Vita, and I will have to say my 3DS is the easiest one to carry around. This is my Club Nintendo Zelda pouch right there that I got with my remaining Club Nintendo coins. Rest in peace. But yeah, the Switch itself is kind of long and bulky, and the battery life on it is kind of shit. So if I'm, this one will keep me at least 16 hours on a full charge, and my Switch maybe 4 depending on what game I'm playing. And I thought for this trip, it's time to rekindle my love of the 3DS. This next thing's a little ridiculous. You see a bunch of boomers wearing these on airplanes, but I will say, if you're going on a flight that's over 13 hours, you're gonna need a neck pillow. Especially if you fly economy like my broke ass. But yeah, don't pay any more than $5 for a neck pillow. Get one in sky blue. Represent your Hikikomori. There you go. My travel suitcase, I bought it at a thrift store. It was only $5. Don't pay any more than that. You want a smaller form factor so you don't have to pay for an additional, cargo fee. I got something that has, a couple of front pockets and then some good layers inside. So let's dig inside if you want to see all the all my undies. All right, let's explain what I got. First of all, I'm carrying along with me a duffel bag that I'm folding up in here. The reason for that is, every time I use some of my clothes, they're gonna get dirty, and I need a place to store them. So this will be my carry-on dirty clothes, and eventually I'll go through all my clothes and I'll fill up this bag. Then this will be completely empty, and I can store all my souvenirs in there. Of course, my Flower, Sun, and Rain shirt is going with me. I'm gonna wear this in Akihabara, make the otakus proud and or jealous. I like to just do a quick little flat fold. I put my t-shirts up top. Got some chinos. Got a good pair of shorts, cargo shorts in case I go to the beach. Shoes and socks, very important. These are Cool Comfort Hanes. About $12 for everything, but you gotta be future thinking because you're gonna use these outside of the trip too. And in case, they get pretty bad, you can throw them away. I'm packing along my DSLR. This is a Sony Alpha 37 featured in the game, the hit video game Africa. This is for just shooting out and about in Tokyo. I also brought some lenses here. You want to bring along with you your copy of Never Dead in case you run into Shinta Najiri. In the very likely scenario you run into Shinta Najiri, you'll have your copy of Never Dead for him to sign. You want to get the Xbox One because it plays better and it shows you're a true gaijin. Then you get your second copy of Travis Strikes Again, the sealed one. So whenever you go over to Grasshopper Manufacturer, unannounced, you shove this in Suda's face and say, "Sign this for me." And also finish the game. Got your universal travel adapter. Now this one you can use in almost any region here. They're about $10. You can use them in Europe. You can use them in Japan and Brazil, America. It doesn't matter. You can just convert, so they pop out, the little prongs pop out like that, and they've got all the different labels on there so you don't get confused. If you're in PAL territories, you can pop one of those bad boys in like that. Boom. What's cool about these is you can not only plug in your stuff like a surge protector, but it's got some USB charging on there too as well. Wide angle lens, if you want to do a good panorama. Zoom lens. Whatever airline you have, they have certain regulations on what you can and cannot bring on that plane. So you go to your regular brick and mortar store and you're going to want to get a 9-piece travel kit or the equivalent. It's got all your deodorants, your shaving stuff. This is about $7. They're really nifty though because everything's already regulation size. It contains shave cream, deodorant, body wash, twin blade razor. I'm usually a quad blade guy, but that's okay. Toothpaste, toothbrush, comb, TSA compliant zip top bag, travel bag. Okay, all that good stuff in there. But if you're like me and you use custom products, like I use custom hair products for my alt-right haircut, you can get these little travel bottles here. So I've got my shampoo right there. And then I also poured some of my, I use kind of a men's hair tonic, kind of like Red Dead Redemption. It's not pee, I promise. But yeah, I do use some custom stuff, and that's going to be hard to find in Japan. So I figured, why not just pack my own, save a little money. Last but not least is a good jacket. Okay, I got this Gap jacket. This is from the Gap. I bought it for $5 from a thrift store, and I figured, you know what? I need something that's not winter, and I need something that's not a windbreaker. So I got myself a little Gap jacket there. I patched it up myself. You know, learning to sew can save you a lot of money in the long term. I hemmed it right there. It was kind of in a bad shape. What else I got? Undies, jeans, flip-flops, swimming trunks, D4 shirt, all the best stuff. I'm still really nervous about this trip. I've never flown internationally. One thing you might need to do is check with your airline, see how long customs takes. They said show up 3 hours before your flight, so that's what I've got to do before I head out there. It's gonna be wild. I'm gonna be filming everything. I got a hit list of games. Gotta keep an itinerary of things to do. Japan is a reservation-based society. Tokyo more so. I use a travel agency kind of website called Voyagin, and you can reserve things about a month in advance, which is the best way to do it. 2 months if you can. You go through a concierge, and they'll take care of the language barrier for you and reserve your tickets. And some places require physical tickets. Others are fine with digital tickets. Just make sure you get that clear. Thankfully, they're going to send all my tickets to my hotel in advance. They'll be printed out, ready for me to go. No matter how long you prepare, you'll just never feel entirely prepared. But it's just exhilarating. This is my dream. I've always wanted to go. I think it'll give me a better perspective, help me write better for my channel, help me find and discover new great games that no one's ever talked about, return the series to its roots, maybe. And at the very least, I'm going to stand in front of a Gundam and look like an asshole, so there's that. Alright, guys. Wish me well. I'll see you all next time with some of my exploits and photos and all that crazy games I pick up. I've been your boy, Hikikomori. Hikiko, Miles. Thank you all for watching.